think this is the nicest bathroom I've ever been in my life. And it's in a Wetherspoons.
Good morning. I literally just woke up, so that's why I'm like all red and puffy. So I woke up thinking about how I'm going to make my apartment more homey and so. And I have this idea, right? We have this collage in the house that I made maybe 2 or 3 years ago. All made out of IKEA frames. It probably cost like £25 to buy all the frames and the photos that we printed inside. But I just thought, even if I have nothing else homey in my apartment, if I can just print a bunch of pictures before I go and then just head to like a cheap furniture store or an IKEA when I'm over there, I just think it will be like a really nice touch. So I'm going to show you because I just think it's so cute. This is what I'm talking about, and it's actually a combination of older and newer photos. So like this is of my grandpa, this is my granny grandpa, and then the rest are all new photos of my brother, my mum and I, and then like our cousins and stuff. And then I was thinking as well, I have little trinkets like this. I got this in Pinawala in Sri Lanka, and then this little one I got as well. Oh, hi. And I was just thinking I could just bring things like that so that, you know, just to make it a little bit more homey. I'm going out in the garden. Up. This is how good the weather is. Just like one thing about the gardening, I know it's a really weird hobby for like a 23-year-old to really enjoy gardening, but the reason I do it, there's like 3 different reasons I'm doing it. So I just finished uni. I don't have a full-time job, so I'm really not in that great of a routine. So it's good for me to get up and have something to do every day. It's good for me to get up and have a goal. I feel like just for like my mental health and well-being, it's just good for me. One, it's good to be outside. It's good to be like in the sunshine. I get to socialise with people outside, like my neighbours and stuff. And it's just good for me to be outside. 2, I mean, it just makes it look better, doesn't it? I mean, I would rather have a pretty garden. No one else is here to do it, so I would like to do it. And then my 3rd reason is I want to have like a nice space for the summer for when my mum and James come home. Like I really want us to be able to like spend time out there and not be like stuck. I mean, like look at how bright it is outside, and then it's like this in the house. So I'd rather we just had a nice space all to kind of like barbecue and just be together. So that's my reasoning. Sorry if you still think it's weird. I like it. Ignore the grass because it needs some work. But I dug like this bit, took all the weeds out, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint these white, make a new path, put it all the way along there, and then get more of these stones and like put it around. I'm going to paint the step white, I'm going to paint the base white, I'm going to replace the wooden frame, and then I'm going to put the same stones here so that everything's like a little bit more cohesive. But yeah, I just finished it. The grass needs some major work, but my next door neighbour's a gardener, so we're going to fix that. Hello. I'm sitting here getting ready. I was gardening all day, as you've seen earlier, but I'm not going anywhere. Well, I might be going somewhere later, but I figured while I'm sitting here finishing off my hair and my makeup that I would kind of give a little update, seeing as I gave one on my written blog, and obviously the title of this vlog is, sorry if I'm not looking at the camera, like I'm trying to do my hair in the reflection of the camera, so it probably is going to look a hot ass mess, but what can you do? So if you followed any of my vlogs, I think I spoke about it in most of the kind of personal ones, but in my very first vlog, the one on introductions, I let everybody know that I was planning on moving to Southeast Asia / East Asia once I had graduated in June, and I have managed to get myself a grad job in South Korea. So I'm very excited. Honestly, I'm so excited. I mean, like, don't get me wrong, I'm really nervous, but I'm so excited. This is something I've wanted ever since the first time I visited Asia, honestly. I just remember being in Shanghai, then going to Hong Kong and just being like, this is where I need to be. I just feel like the energy is, it's just like tangible. I just love it. I just love, one, I love the weather. I mean, I know South Korea is like pretty much like Scotland weather-wise, although they do have better summers, but I'll be close to places that have like a pretty tropical climate, which I absolutely love. I will be a boat journey or an hour flight away from Japan, which is somewhere that I've always wanted to visit, especially like with the last 8 months or so doing my dissertation on Japanese travel photography. I am desperate to go to Yokohama, like desperate. So yeah, I got a teaching position. I start in August and it is a year-long stay. So I had two options when I was looking over the contract and kind of discussing it with the agent that I got the job through. So I had two options. Let me just stop so I can like concentrate for a minute. So I had two options. I had one to take a lesser pay packet and they would provide me with accommodation, or I could take a higher pay packet and I would be kind of responsible for my own accommodation. But when I was looking online, the kind of price difference, I was like, I would rather just take the lesser and not have to worry about it, like, you know what I mean? We have 2 weeks of training, so I would have to find an apartment in those 2 weeks, and it just, nah. So I'm gonna just stay where they put me, and then I'm thinking if they probably have everyone who's staying in that city or town staying in the same place, like near each other in the same district or whatever. So that's my thinking. So yeah, I start in August. Fingers crossed my visa gets approved, but like everything should be fine. Like, please God, everything should be fine. So my plan is to fly to New York, spend some time with my mum in the States, maybe like a week or something, and then fly to Seoul from JFK or Newark, which is going to be, I think it's 20 hours flying, which, I mean, like I've done that before, so I mean I think it'll be fine. So I think I'll head to Seoul. My training starts on the Monday, so I think I'll probably leave New York on the Thursday or Friday and give myself, obviously the time difference, it'll be a day ahead by the time I get there, but give myself a couple of days to kind of adjust to the time difference and stuff like that. So so right now I am working on purging my belongings. I'm not a hoarder per se, but like I'm very attached to my clothes, like probably a little bit unhealthily attached, and I have honestly like 45-50 pairs of high heels, and like nobody needs. I thought I needed that much stuff, but I really don't. So my mum got me this gorgeous new luggage for my Christmas, and there's two like large suitcases and then a smaller suitcase that comes in the set, and my plan is to take everything I own in those 3 suitcases, because by the time my contract expires, I'm not sure, which will be next September 2020, I'm not sure where my mum will be, and I'm not sure where my brother will be. So if they're not living in this house anymore, I don't want them to have to like worry about getting rid of my stuff and putting it in storage, and then me like worrying about everybody going through my stuff and things like that. So that's my plan. So I'm like selling stuff on Depop and things, places like that. Sorry, my mascara's all messed up on that side, but you know what can you do? I don't really care that much. So yeah, like I said in the first video, I'll kind of be taking everybody through the whole process, the kind of clearing out of everything, and over these next few months I really just want to make the most of my time here in Scotland. So this week I'm going on a day trip. How cute is this top from Primark? This week I'm going on a day trip with my best friend Jennifer. I think we're going to go to the coast somewhere, or maybe up to like Loch Lomond or something like that, so obviously I'll be taking you with me. But yeah, I don't know when I'm going to be back in Scotland. Honestly, I decided I'm not going to come home for Christmas or anything, because it's a really long flight, and I think the most I can take off in like consecutively is like 5 days, maybe 6. So it's going to take a day to fly on either side, and I would rather just fly an hour or 3 somewhere in Asia and then like just have a trip. I really want to just take the whole year to kind of be by myself, get to know myself as an adult, although that's kind of been like the aim of this whole year, but as an independent adult, because obviously like half the time I still live with my mum. I mean, not really, I guess she upped and abandoned me and went to America, but whatever. So, I mean, I think I'm ready. This, I can't. This has got to fall out. So, yeah, that's everything for this week. I don't know what to do for the, like, blogger / travel advice vlog this week. I don't know, I have no idea what to do. The last 3 that I've done have kind of been reworkings of existing posts from my website. So, and I'm not sure if you would rather I came up with like an original concept or if that's okay. If so, I can do it on anything. I can do it on absolutely anything. I just posted a vlog the other day on East Asian travel visas and the kind of different processes behind applying for different visas. I can do like an ideal travel plan. I can do a guide to Thailand. That's an existing post, like a perfect 3-week itinerary. So absolutely anything, just ask. And I never say this, but like if you do have a YouTube account and you're watching, if you're like someone I know or someone I went to school with, like if you could just subscribe, it really helps me, because it just does. So I mean, this bit of hair is just like it's not having it. I don't usually do my hair with a straightener, but all my hair tools are in St Andrews, where I will be going back at the end of the week. So the next weekly vlog will end with me travelling back to St Andrews. I think I might go back on Friday or Saturday and just like spend a little time up there. My best friend / flatmate up there is leaving, so this is like my last chance to really see her and spend any time with her. So she's going back to America. So I think that's everything. If I missed anything, if you've got any questions about the job in South Korea, then just ask away, because like I'm very much an open book. I'll tell you anything, really. I'm not shy. I'm ready, I just have to make some plans. So I will see you at some point during the week with a travel / blogging post. Bye.